Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Tuesday, the 30th day of January, 2024, Tuesday of the fourth week of the year, the fourth week of Ordinary Time. It is the third day of Catholic Schools Week. And here I am in the interior of the first floor of Thayer Hall, which is one of our buildings. We comprise at the Franciscan School six different buildings. Six different buildings if you count them all together. So six different buildings, and this is the building that houses first and second and third grades, and then fourth and fifth grades on an upper floor above us. And so everyone is studying in their classrooms. Don't want to disturb them. But here's some of our artwork over here. Jellyfish on this side over here, and then this is artwork that was done by our students throughout the years. These were our yearbook covers. We are one of the few elementary schools that does have a yearbook, although more and more are getting them together. But I never had a yearbook when I was in elementary school, a Catholic elementary school. But this is one of our a wall of our yearbook covers throughout the years. And then if we go down this way, this is where the hallway is, and again, everybody's in classes already. We have wonderful artwork adorning the halls here. But let's see, on this third day of Catholic Schools Week, our readings for this Tuesday of the fourth week of the year, the fourth week in Ordinary Time, we sort of begin to conclude the familial saga of David. Again, Absalom, his son, has put together a rebellion against his father's rule that he's not happy with. He wants to become king himself. Absalom today is cornered by David's army, and in trying to escape, he's on a mule for some reason, and he gets his hair, long hair, stuck in a tree branch. And because he is stuck in the tree branch by his hair, the soldiers come up, and they're easily able to kill him, to dispatch him with spears, as it is. And so, unfortunately, Absalom dies, and it's reported to David as a great victory that the rebellion has been crushed. David asks about his son, and when told that his son has perished because of his rebellious nature, David does not cheer. He moves into great mourning and sorrow and grief. Again, his family was torn apart by this. And again, a prophecy that was given by Nathan to him, because of David's own, erroneous actions in many ways, especially with Uriah the Hittite and trying to get Bathsheba, Uriah's wife, as his own. All these kinds of things now, David experiences great grief, and there is no joy in this victory. Which points to the sign always that in any kind of war, whether just or unjust, there can be no joy in the end, because life is lost, and lives are changed forever because of that. And so we see this, with the house of David, and the pain and the sorrow that David undergoes remains with him the rest of his reign, and he is never able to ever fully recover, of course, because of the death of his son, even a son who wanted his own death and wanted to become king himself. David realizes this should never have happened. In the gospel today, we have, again, something very different. I feel aside, two different kinds of healings, kind of stitched together, it seems, within this gospel passage from Mark. The first is about, again, the daughter of Jairus, who is very ill, and Jesus is asked by Jairus to come to cure his daughter, and he makes his way, to Jairus' house to be able to do so. This is a synagogue official. Jairus is. In other gospels, it's a non-Jew. It's a centurion. It goes all back and forth. But the whole idea: there's someone close to someone else who is in dire distress, and they call upon Jesus to be able to cure and to heal this person who is in dire distress. Well, on his way there, again, there is a woman with a hemorrhage who basically understands that Jesus can do great things, and she just needs to touch his cloak, she says. And out of that touching, her hemorrhage is dried up, and she is healed again. Again, Jesus notices healing power, it says, come out from him, and he confronts the woman, and basically, who touched me? And the woman has the courage to say, I did, because you are the one who brings healing. And Jesus basically says, good for you, because your faith has healed you. And again, trusting in that I can do these things has allowed you now to be able to move from a situation of pain into a situation of wealth. Having the courage, basically, to just ask Jesus, or basically demand of Jesus, or to basically do it on our own to get Jesus to notice us is really what the interesting part of this gospel is all about. This woman does not plead, does not beg, she just does what needs to be done, and she is rewarded for it. Again, the whole reality of a woman doing this. Again, someone who would not have any legal standing or any bearing or anything else like that in ancient society, has enough courage and strength to be able to get what it is that she needs from God. The same thing perhaps could be true for us. Meanwhile, back with Jairus and his daughter unfortunately dies as Jesus is making his way, there. And the officials, or the servants of Jairus, basically says, it's no more use, your daughter is dead. And Jesus goes, into the house and basically says, she's not dead, she's asleep. And he is met with all kinds of ridicule and whatever it is, and people thinking that he's insensitive. And basically he says, you trusted that I could do this, and so now, little girl, get up. And she does, and give her something to eat. And everyone is astounded by this. Again, when we think that God can do no more, or that God's basically, God's hands are tied, or whatever it is, in being able to do anything, we are terribly wrong. Because again, God can do all things, despite our own obstinance, and even our own disbelief at times that God can do these things, our own resistance to God working in our lives. God can do great things with us. Important lesson perhaps for us to learn, as all of our students learn here at the Franciscan School, again, is the power of God to be able to do anything to make our lives whole and happy. A blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. A happy third day of Catholic Schools Week. May the Lord give you his peace.